Welcome back to our class. Today we're going to be creating our auroras using oil pastels. You're going to find 3 different colors for each aurora band that you want to make, and I try to use analogous colors. These are colors that are close to each other on the color wheel. So I have yellow, orange, and red here, and then at the bottom and the top of each color, you're going to add also another little band of white. You can also use colors that are close to each other, very similar. So if you want to use several different shades of red, like pink, dark red, or regular red, you can even use red and purple. Purple can go with pretty much a lot of different colors. And then depending on the type of aurora in the atmosphere, you may see certain colors. So you may see a lot of red auroras, you may see a lot of green auroras. So like I said, after you do your colors, notice how I'm doing it in this like zigzaggy type of motion up and down. You're gonna add a layer of white at the bottom and the top, and then I like to turn my thumb sideways and rub from the bottom upward. A lot of auroras are basically just wispy bands of moving light. So I'm trying to create the sense that this is moving. That's why I'm doing a lot of those zigzaggy type of lines. So taking your thumb and just rubbing, pushing it, and making it go upward. Then we're going to create the mountains or trees down at the foreground. The foreground is the bottom of your paper. I'm just making a zigzag line going directly in half of the black paper, and then I'm just using these fun scissors to make textures in that cut. Once you completely cut that out, you're going to have 2 separate pieces of this zigzaggy mountainy background. You can lay it down at the very bottom of your paper and line them up, see which side looks best. We're going to be using this type of glue. Once I have it where I want it, I'm just going to peek up little corners and little bits and press those down. You don't have to glue the entire back of your piece of paper, but we do want to make it go all the way down to the very bottom edge before we glue it down. So if the gray piece of paper is still showing, you want to make sure that we have that completely covered up. So like I said, I'm laying it down first, and then I'm peeking up little portions and adding glue. The final thing that we're going to be doing is adding stars or snow or white areas of our paper. So we can use several different things. We have a white color pencil, a white gel pen, a white gel paint, and then also a white oil pastel. So think about snow that could be at the top of these. Usually the northern lights, the auroras, are in areas that may be colder because they're towards the poles, so it may have snow on some of these mountains in the landscape. You can use the gel pen or the watercolor pen to make snow or stars in the sky. Add them on top of your mountain. When you're done, put on the drying rack.